Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, WKRA 92.7. The Change is your morning host, DJ Kitty, here with our guest co-host, Coach Nikki. We're from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. We want to thank everyone for joining this morning. I hope everyone had a great weekend. It is Monday already. Already Monday. The weekend flew by. Unfortunately, but we have another day to be great, and that's what we're going to do, irregardless of all technical difficulties, irregardless of all issues, even when the systems just don't work the way that they should. We're still going to be great. So Holly Springs, Mississippi, good morning. Memphis, Tennessee, come on in. I hope you've already eaten your breakfast. I hope you've had something delicious to eat. And of course, you've drank your 16 ounces of water first thing this morning, because that's what gets the blood flowing and gets you going. I hope that everyone had a great weekend. We've got a very interesting subject today. It is protecting your energy with Coach Nikki. Now, there's another part to that. It is dealing with difficult people, in my mind, because the only reason why you have to protect your energy is because that person that you're trying to protect yourself from is being difficult. That being said, let's just get into this topic. That bottom line, we're just going to have to just get into the topic. But before we do, we're going to have our morning affirmations. And speaking of which, Miss Morningstar is under the weather, so she will not be available this morning. Hopefully she is feeling better. Hopefully she will return in great spirits, and she will return well rested. So Coach Nikki's here, and she is going to give us our morning affirmations, just like Miss Morningstar would have if she were here. And I asked Coach Nikki to give us seven morning affirmations. These affirmations will last us through the next 7 days. So exactly 1 week. So let's get started. I'm going to go on mute. Coach Nikki, what affirmations do you have for us today?
Good morning, everybody. So what I decided to do was bring out my handy dandy deck. Y'all know this one. Y'all know my deck that I have every single day. So what I wanted to do this morning, Kitty, was randomly get 7. I want to pull 7 random cards. So those will be the affirmations and y'all can pick which ones y'all want to use for each day. Just pick whichever one applies to you. But I hope you guys have your pens and your papers on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. Get your pen and your paper and write your 7 days of this week. Well, it's Monday, but use every single one. Pick which one applies for you, whichever day. You guys, these affirmation cards are really special and important for me. These are cards that I give to all of my clients when you sign up for a coaching session or sessions with me. And what I have them do is I have them pull their cards in the morning, however many they need, and carry that card with them that day. So since you guys don't have these cards, what I want to do is pull the random cards, and I want you to write them down and apply them however you must throughout the week. Okay. Whichever one resonates with however you're feeling. Okay. So it doesn't have to be in the order that I pull them. You can shuffle them how you want to. So I'm going to get to shuffling, and whichever one pull out, we're going to get 7. Okay. I love that idea, Kitty. I like that. I like this.
We need an affirmation. People are busy, and hopefully they catch every show. That would be wonderful. But if they don't, at least they know that these affirmations, they've heard them, and throughout the day, they can apply them as they need.
Absolutely.
Okay. Hello, political drain. That's someone new.
So
Well,
glad to finally catch you live. We're glad you caught us live. Thank you for being here.
absolutely.
It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah,
I'm glad we're jumping right into the topic because it might take us the whole show.
it will. It will take us the whole show,
So
definitely. I
yeah,
do have to cover the weather in the news. So yeah, the whole show, I'm sure.
these are good. These are some good ones that's popping out, y'all. I'm getting goosebumps, honestly. So that means I know that somebody needs them.
Yeah, somebody needs them. It could be a lot of people that need them. I know
Mhm.
I always need a positive affirmation. I don't care what I've got going on. A positive affirmation is always it seems like a good look. It keeps me going, it keeps the blood flowing. So go ahead and give us one, Nikki. You've got us
Oh,
waiting, anticipating.
absolutely. So the first one that popped out, you guys, says, and there's a front and a back to these cards. So I'm gonna give you both. The first one that I got says, I have the courage and strength to work through any challenge. I personally would take this one for Monday because we know that our days and our weeks come with lots of challenges. So I have the courage and strength to work through any challenge. Challenges are blessings in disguise, and you will always find within yourself the necessary resources to face them. You are capable of doing anything you set your mind to. Okay, so that's affirmation one, you guys. I've already got all 7 out here. The second one, everybody got that? I wish
Yeah,
I could type at the same time. The second one is I forgive myself and I learn from my mistakes. I think that goes hand in hand with the first one.
yeah, it
Goes hand
does.
in hand with the first one. We all make mistakes. You are not less for making them. You are more because you learn from them. Okay?
I like that.
I do too. The third one, you guys, is I have everything I need within myself. Just believe in yourself and allow yourself to grow. You have within you all the resources you need. All right, you guys. So that's 1 through 3. So I'm going to move on to 4. The fourth one is I embrace my unique individuality. Please embrace your unique individuality. You don't have to be like everybody else. Follow your heart and not the expectations of others. Have the courage to ask yourself, who am I? And embrace it. Okay, so that's number 4. All right, the fifth one, you guys, I trust myself to make the right decisions. Trust yourself this week, you guys. Trust yourself this week. Trust your discernment. Always try to be your best supporter. The true magic starts when you believe in yourself. All right, so that's 1 through 5. We got 2 more to go. The 6th one is the power to change my world lies within me. You have to believe that. Nobody else will believe you if you don't believe you. You have to believe that the power to change your world lies within you. If you concentrate on the negative, you will only see problems. If you concentrate on the positive, you will find solutions. The power lies in your thoughts. Do not sabotage yourself for something that hasn't happened yet. Okay, so go into this week with a clean heart and a clean mind. And the very last one, number 7, you guys, is my love is stronger than arguments and fights.
Ooh,
For y'all ladies that like to tussle, okay? All right. Your love is stronger than arguments and fights. Your ego.
no one likes to tussle, Nikki. Coach Nikki, now let me be clear. No one likes to tussle. Now, every once in a while, we might have to tussle, but no one likes to actually tussle. I ain't no fighter, but don't push me.
Okay.
Anywho.
Okay.
I broke into it. I'm sorry. Go
That's
ahead.
okay. So your ego will always try to win you. You are much more than your ego. Whenever you find yourself in an argument, ask yourself, does this really matter? Is this worth giving away my peace? And that's our 7 affirmations, you guys.
I like all 7 of them. And I think that this is a good idea, when you come on Sundays to throw your affirmations out there because we all need it. It's positive information, positive energy. Who wants to be negative all the time? And I don't know about you
Some
guys,
people.
but some people do. But those negative nannies, when they come around, I just can't do it because they're energy draining, and it's a strong no for me. It's a big no for me. I want to thank our guests on TikTok for bearing with us, as well as our family on YouTube for always holding us down. We had some technical difficulties, but we worked it out. Now let's work out this weather. I don't know about you guys, but the weekend was hot and I wasn't even in Texas, but it was hot where I was. Okay, so let's see. Holly Springs, Mississippi. You have good weather. A high of 86, a low of 69. Oh my goodness, I'm so jealous. Feels like temperature 88 in the morning or in the daytime, 72 at night with a 19% chance of rain. Winds are out of the south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity is high in the morning, very high in the evening. Mosquito risk is moderate. Grass and tree pollen are both moderate. Ragweed is high. Air quality is moderate. It's going to be an overcast day, pretty gloomy. However, it's cool. There's a possible stray shower or thunderstorm in the evening. Memphis, Tennessee. Oh, Memphis, I need to make a visit. Let's see. High today of 84, low of 72. Feels like temperature 87 degrees in the mornings. Evening, it's 76 degrees. Ooh, I love it. 24% chance of rain. Winds are out of the south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Humidity is high in the morning, very high in the evening. Mosquito risk is moderate. Grass and tree pollen, both moderate. Ragweed pollen is high. Air quality is moderate. Scattered thunderstorms this evening with widespread this evening, and it may spread even wider throughout Memphis. So a little rain, but for the most part, 87 degrees, I'm with it. Hot Houston, and you never fail. High today of 90. Low of 78, feels like temperature 99 degrees. Childish. It is September. Low of 84 in the evening. I'm just disgusted even reading that 99 degrees. Houston, y'all get on my nerves. Okay. Get back on track. Rain today, 37% chance of rain. I hope it rains because it'll cool it off. Winds are out of the southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Humidity is high in the morning, very high in the evening, of course. Mosquito risk is high. Grass pollen is high. Tree and ragweed pollen are moderate. It's going to be a partly cloudy morning, cloudy with showers in the evening. So it'll rain in the evening and cool us off, but the feels like temperature 99 degrees, childish and disrespectful, and I do not approve. Anyhow, so that is your weather for Monday, and Holly Springs and Memphis, I'm jealous. But I can't be mad because we're not faced with bad weather. It's just hot. It's just hot. I'll live. So let's go ahead and get into some news. I can't even say that we can use. I'm just going to say it's news. I'll start off with Social Security. So, deep sigh. Trump's Social Security chief says everything is on the table and retirement is about to get a different set of rules. Let's see. Social Security faces insolvency by 2032, forcing policymakers to weigh politically fraught options like raising the retirement age, raising taxes, or adjusting benefits. Commissioner Frank, I'm not even going to try and say his last name, begins with the B, said everything's being considered as America's retiree population surges. While the demographic shift threatens long-term economic sustainability, the wave of retirement is temporarily helping hold unemployment near 4.3, despite the weak job growth. Now, let me be clear, and I hope the government is listening. I've worked since I was 16 years old. I am close to retirement. Believe it or not, I know you can't believe it, but believe it or not, I am close to retirement. Please don't play with my money. 2032, I will not be able to retire by then. Do not play with my money, okay? I did not work and pay Social Security taxes all these years for y'all to play with me. And I know I am not alone. If you can build a ballroom on the White House lawn, you better find my retirement money. Don't play with me. Play with your mammy. Anywho, Coach Nikki, I know you have years before you retire. Go ahead and come off mute, honey. How do you feel about them messing with your retirement?
You know my mindset. I just got to get rich.
Don't curse. Don't curse. Don't curse.
No,
Don't.
but you know my mindset. I cannot, you know how I feel about all of this stuff. If I let this, how many times have we been threatened? Our livelihoods are always threatened.
Always.
Always. I just don't let it consume me. My goal every single day is to make sure that I have what I need financially for myself and for my children, and to not ever have to worry about even being in those brackets, honestly, because it's stressful. It's stressful to think about, especially with jobs. We talk about this all the time. If it's not your job, it's not even your money. It don't even matter. You will be replaced, and then I've seen so many people in the healthcare system that I worked at lose everything, especially during C-19, people's pensions and their retirements. This happens all the time. So my mind is, girl, get rich, get all the money you possibly can.
Get all the money.
Worry about these jokers, because that's it. That's what keeps me sane and keeps me motivated and encouraged to do what I'm doing right now, what we're doing right now on our plugs.
Absolutely. There is an artist. His name is Trinidad James, and he has a new song out. It's called Hustle. You guys, that is my new anthem. I listen to it every morning. Because I've always had something else besides my corporate. But I paid into Social Security and I want my money. Nikki, I agree with you. I want my money. Please don't play with me. They better figure it out. Again, if you can build a ballroom and spend millions of dollars on a ballroom, you can pay folks their Social Security. It's not even, you're not giving us anything. We've already paid into it. We actually paid for it, and I want my money. Don't play with me.
It's my money and I want it now.
I want it now. Play with your mammy, not me. All right. This administration, I'm trying not to call y'all names, but y'all making it real hard. Anyway, let me move on to, I wanted to talk about Jimmy Kimmel. So, when you try and tell people that they can't talk about certain things and they have to, he's under a contract and there were certain words that he can't say, and just like us doing the radio, there's certain things that we can't do. We can't curse. We can't be disparaging to too many, we can't be blatant with it. Anywho, Jimmy Kimmel, as everyone knows, he was suspended last week because the man in office, he decided that his feelings was hurt because he's cries about everything. He cries about everything. I want to send him a pacifier. Here, go to sleep. Somebody put Pawpaw to sleep. Anywho, well, because Disney and Hulu and all those other folks decided that they were going to suspend Jimmy, the American people have spoken. And they said, oh, really? Disney has lost $3.5 billion with a B. billion dollars. 3.5 billion drop. $3.5 billion. America said, stop playing with us. Can you imagine? And their stocks, same with Hulu, their stocks. I got to remember to check my stocks and make sure I don't have stocks in any of those. I need to review anyway to make sure, because, if you're not aligned and if you're following and cowing down to the man with the cankles and the rotten hands, then I really need to pull my money up out of there. But Disney, there's no takebacks. Maybe you guys should have thought about that before you decided to suspend Jimmy Kimmel. Words have consequences, and the American people, we can show you better than we can tell you. And I think Disney is learning a $3.5 billion lesson. Oh, well, consequences. We're going to take a quick commercial break. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. We will be right back after this commercial break.
Why advertise with Our Plugs, LLC? What do you get? Radio promotion. Perfect for online businesses. YouTube promotion. Customers can view your commercial. TikTok promo. Gain followers and showcase product. Follow us on all platforms. YouTube and TikTok. Our Plugs, LLC. www.ourplugs.com.
At Lovership Apparel, we believe fashion is more than clothing. It's a statement of self-love, confidence, and authenticity. From our signature beautiful hoodies to our versatile everyday wear, every piece is designed to inspire you to embrace who you truly are. Whether you're at home or on the go, making moves in the world, Lovership Apparel lets you show up boldly and comfortably. Shop the collection today at www.lovershipapparel.com or find us on ourplugs.com. Lovership Apparel, where love meets style.
Welcome to Compassion Counseling and Training Services, LLC, where healing takes flight. I am Nicole Wiley, licensed independent clinical social worker, and we empower children, individuals, families, and couples through individualized therapy via telehealth. Using evidence-based approaches like CBT and mindfulness, we help clients build resilience and rediscover their wings. If you're ready to begin your journey, visit CompassionCounselingAndTrainingServices.com.
To do one more thing for me. Hold up two fingers. This is you, and this is me, and the space that exists between us should be filled with value.
Equal, a global human initiative, and its value identity model are the outcomes of that day. The outcome that Prince, the revolution, and George Floyd produced.
This fall, step into style that has bold and beautiful as the season itself. From cozy layers, statement pieces, Morningstar Boutique has everything to meet your needs. Affordable fashion meets everyday elegance. This season, it's your time to shine.
Hearts. And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. So we left off with Disney losing $3.5 billion. Okay. You know, it's consequences and repercussions at this point. So I'm going to read the comments, but I do want to bring in this crazy story in honor of Miss Morningstar, my sister. I know she's in the comments and she's not feeling well, and I hope you're drinking plenty of orange juice and you're relaxing and getting better, sister. So, bear terrorizes New Jersey Dollar General and bites a 90-year-old woman before being pew-pewed or unalived. Bear, B-E-A-R. A black bear at that. So, apparently, a bear really went on a wild shopping spree. Whoever wrote this, they were being funny, but it's not funny. This 90-year-old lady got bit by a bear. That's not funny. But anyway, a shocking encounter unfolded last Tuesday afternoon when a black bear wandered through the aisles of a Dollar General store in Vernon, New Jersey, after biting a 90-year-old woman. Sir, were you lost? The unusual sighting occurred around 4 p.m. when the wild animal was seen roaming the store aisles. It lunged at shoppers and pets, raising fears that the animal was sick. Something was wrong. He was inside the store. He said, "I'm coming in." Normally they don't come in. Political Drain said, bro. Okay, a video filmed by local real estate agent Sean Clarkin, the 175-pound female bear walks through the store as everyone looks on terrified. First of all, why are we still standing around when the bear is walking through the store? I mean, are you not supposed to run when you see a bear? Nikki, I don't know. You don't know either. You don't even know what to say, do you? You just shaking your head like no. Yeah, a bear, 107.
I
Yeah.
bet you they had their phones pulled out.
Yes, this lady, Sean Clarkin, he filmed it. Male or female, filmed it. But yeah, 175-pound bear goes into Dollar General. I guess he's upset. Maybe he's upset about the inflation. Maybe he's upset about these tariffs. And he said he's going to Dollar General and taking, she's going to take what she wants because, yeah, she decided to walk up in Dollar General and terrorize the folks.
Where in Jersey? Where in Jersey?
Vernon, New Jersey. Probably hungry. I'm quite sure. I mean, why else would I would hope that the bear is just hungry for food. You can see the bear walking around, but why the bear decided to explore this right now is a question. The bear is walking up and down the aisles. I'm gonna drop it in signal.
Please
Somebody
do.
said my heart just sank. I got tears in my eyes. I'm tearing up now just thinking about it. I asked the cop, was that just a tranquilizer or did you have to shoot him? He said, we had to shoot him. I just started crying. Baby,
I'm reading the comments, Kitty, and Laura Malcolm says we're making her laugh. And in Canada, bears walk inside anytime they want.
What?
Yeah.
Girl, that doesn't happen. Well, obviously it does. Maybe it was a Canadian bear. Wait, somebody tell him, ICE is out there. They're deporting. If it was a Canadian bear,
no.
I mean, I'm just saying, the poor bear, they did put the bear down. Oh, man. In the video, Clarkin is heard urging the bear towards freedom, shouting, "Freedom, buddy, freedom," as the animal appeared unbothered by his commands. But moments later, as the bear's demeanor shifted, Clarkin shouted, "Get away, get the F away, move." Why is Clarkin, now you know better, and Clarkin has the bear was right on Clarkin. Now y'all pretty much know who Clarkin is. We are not sticking around for any videos, any pictures, any up close and personals with any kind of bears. When bears have easy access to human food, their population grows rapidly, leading to unnecessary annual hunts. If we reduce access to dumpster food, we'll see a natural decline in bear populations and in turn, less need for those hunts. Man, I think live and let live. I don't want y'all hunting bears. I don't want you guys hunting anything. I don't,
Morningstar, I want to know too. Morningstar is in the comments. She said, "How did the bear bite the old lady?"
The bear bit the old lady before he came into the store. She's probably, it doesn't say, but I will assume in my mind.
He walked up on her?
Walked up on her and bit her.
Huh.
I kind of feel sad for the bear because the bear did lose his life. However, you can't just walk up and be walking around the store at Dollar General. And when y'all see how close Clarkin got, the bear was right on him and he's talking about some move. Clarkin, maybe you should move on out the way. Political Drain said the bear gotta go. Now we shouldn't just unalive the bear. It wasn't his fault, Maybe he was hungry. I know.
My brain is going so many places because I realize that we are cutting down a lot of trees and a lot of reservation areas where we're taking away a lot of these animals' homes. So they're starting to frequent the community. They have nowhere to go. And Laura in here, she said, I do agree. She said, stop leaving trash everywhere. I do understand. I don't know how I'm going to react if I see a bear.
I know how I'm going to react.
They don't have, we're taking away their homes to build houses and spending money that we're saying that country doesn't have. So.
Yeah, that's true. You know, they don't have anywhere else to go. Where are they supposed to go? These are bears. We are infringing. However, I'm not going to stand around and hold my camera and film it. I am going to leave. I'm going to make sure that the bear's over there and I'm over here and I'm heading out the exit. On TikTok, we've got Soldier Summit says, hold on, walk in when they want. Yes, in Canada, they walk in when they want. What do you guys do, Laura, when they walk in? Y'all just, it's no big thing, because here, as you can tell, it's a big thing. Let's see.
Wait, Counselor Nikki said there was a black bear in the tree in the hood here in Minnesota.
Wait a minute now. Powerful Black woman. Now, we're not eating bear meat. Is that a thing? People eat bears?
You can't eat Winnie the Pooh.
No, not Winnie the Pooh. Oh my goodness. Nikki said yes in Minnesota. Political Drain said very true. At the moment when the bear comes to grandma's house, it's time for the bear to go. And I agree. If the bear comes into habitat, you kind of got to get rid of the bear.
Well, are we beyond animal control? Are we beyond tranquilizers at this point? Are we unaliving?
No.
Has it bit somebody? Like at the bear?
I think so, because it bit somebody.
That's not a child biting somebody. It's a bear. It's wilderness. They don't know. Like,
I know, but if an animal bites you, they typically put that animal down, just like a dog. If a dog bites you, they put that dog down. Oh my goodness, Laura said she had a bear burger once. Oh my goodness, moose too. So moose.
Dang, Laura, rest in peace.
She's in Canada, and maybe it's a delicacy. It's game meat.
Oh, I don't like. Yeah,
I'm good. I'm good on all.
I cannot stand.
That was Miss Morningstar. This story was brought to you from me in honor of you, because this is something that I feel that you would have reported on. A bear walking through Dollar General bit grandma and came in, and Clarkin was following it around and taking video. I'm good on all of that I mentioned. I'm good on it. And I hope you guys have enjoyed that story. Oh my goodness, Soldier Samus, no, Moose is good. And
let me go to TikTok because wait.
No ma'am. We're not even gonna go into moose or bears or anything. I think we have enough meat at the grocery store. We don't need to eat wild game. But to each his own. I'm going to stick with burgers and beef, cows, and maybe lamb, chickens.
You know what, Kitty? You're making me think about this meme I saw, and somebody was like, he was like, dang, I don't even know what to make for dinner tonight. We ran out of animals. I'm like, do we really feel like that? Like, I mean, we are recycling chicken and beef and but do we feel like that? Are y'all bored with y'all food that we're eating bear and and moose?
I mean, well, me myself personally, I'm good. I'm good on all of that. I could go for a salad any day and no meat at all. But same. I have to have some iron. And I don't like taking supplements. Anywho, that's enough of this story. We have all had our fill of. I'm probably going to dream about a bear tonight. Miss Coach Nikki, let's hop into protecting your energy. Because that is the story. That is the headline that we really need to talk about. Protecting our energy, even from bears. So how do we start this off? How do we get into protecting our energy from people? I call them energy zappers.
It's energy vampires is what I've always called energy vampires. So our topic today, y'all know I always bring y'all some talking points and things to break this down. But how to protect your energy without cutting everyone off, because a lot of us don't know how to do that. And I have to be honest with y'all, I'm a big Virgo. I will act like you do not exist.
Me too.
To make sure that I'm good. I'm better now. I don't think it was bad before, but that is me protecting my peace. We don't even have to exchange words. I'm just done with you. You know, that's it. I don't need an explanation. And if it's not worth talking about, it's not worth my energy. So that's how I feel. However, today we're going to talk about how to protect our energy without doing that, without cutting people off, without making them invisible or unaliving them in our minds. Okay. So the first one, y'all, is setting boundaries, not walls.
Yeah.
Setting boundaries, not walls. I will absolutely be honest and say I absolutely used to. But I guess if that's what you call it, I mean, it's your relationships. Use your discernment with the relationships that you absolutely value. Somebody on the street that is like that, you know, I don't mind. Cut them off. They don't exist. But the people that are important for you, to your life, you want to make sure that you're setting boundaries and you're not building walls. You know, we have these people in our lives that as soon as we set a boundary with them, they want to completely cut us off. They want to retract and they don't want to hear anything anymore. So I want to help you guys with that. So with the first one, our first talking point is setting boundaries, not walls. You don't have to shut people out completely. You can decide how much access they get. Okay. You can definitely love people from a distance and limit the access and limit the energy that you give out. All right. So you don't have to shut people out. You can you don't have to shut people out completely. You can decide how much access they get. Boundaries protect you, walls isolate you. And we are still in the month of September. We're still Unaliving Awareness Month. I am super, super big on self-isolation. I like to isolate because I have to protect my energy. For those of you who are familiar with me, you know that outside of being a coach, I am an intuitive healer. So I pick up a lot of energy. I require a lot of isolation so that I can rest and recover. But if you're not like that, you want to be careful with how you isolate yourself, because that can lead into depression. So we want to be careful with how we move that way. But I want to pause because I said a lot right there a little bit, and I want people to chime in and tell me how you feel about setting your boundaries versus building walls, because I don't think a lot of people really know how to discern the difference between the two, because we think that when we cut off people and act like they don't exist, I thought this once upon a time too, that me setting a boundary was me acting like you didn't exist anymore. That wasn't really, that's a colder way to handle a situation. So anybody in the chat, TikTok, what we got, YouTube, what we got?
Well, we do have some. Okay, so Melba said, I'm an introvert. Mm-hmm. Laura said same, and I think she was talking if she agrees with you. Laura says, absolutely, I'm bipolar and I have social anxiety, PTSD. So I do as well. I have social anxiety, and I'm an introvert to a certain extent. You know, I'm a homebody. I love to be at home. Now, as far as the boundaries, and I'm just going to push back, and that's what I think we all need to hear, both sides. I don't feel like cutting someone completely off is building a wall. I just feel like I don't have the energy to deal with difficult people. I really don't. If I've already established that there are certain things that I just don't want to participate in, or certain people I just don't want to deal with because that's my own right, and I don't have that level of I'm going to deal with them although it gives me anxiety, then I just won't. And I am very guilty. I will cut you off in a heartbeat.
Don't give me
I used to didn't know you, and that is a blessing and a curse, because some people do deserve grace. I'm learning, and I do extend grace. I don't, at the instant someone does something, I actually kind of take a step back and say, okay, let me see where this person's head is at. Let me see if this person is being ugly intentionally, or if they're genuine and they just don't know. But if I feel like it's being ugly intentionally, baby, where are my scissors? Do I have a pair? Let me get my
What's that song? It ain't nothing to cut that Oh, listen, snip, snip.
You know, I need you to understand that I don't, but if I care about you, I really and truly am going to explain to you why it is that what you've done is causing me anxiety and has crossed the boundary. And I think everyone deserves that, including myself, because I am no saint. So if I have done something, I would want that grace extended to me. However, there's always a however. If we've already discussed all this and you continue that same behavior, my little blue scissors come right on out and I don't have to deal with you ever again. And I'm okay with that. I really am. You know, in some instances, will it hurt my feelings? Absolutely. In some instances, will it not bother me? Absolutely. But I am no saint. And I'm quite sure there are people who have cut me off and we've cut each other off at the same time and I just didn't notice. Yikes. Or I'm sorry, you know.
But that's okay. That's actually kind of letting a relationship dissolve the way it needed to. Like I'm a big fan of letting things, just kind of take care of themselves. But to your point, Kitty, I was absolutely agreeing with what you were saying. Like no one has a right to tell you what you can, take and what you can't. Like we talk about this all the time. Like it's up to you to decide what capacity you have. Laura, thank you in the chat. She said she said she had bipolar. Absolutely, I'm bipolar and I have social anxiety. So you're someone that if you're on the receiving end of someone setting a healthy boundary with you, I believe that you're someone that deserves grace because you're dealing with a mental health challenge. And you don't necessarily you're not being harmful. You're dealing with things internally that not everybody on the outside either understands. But use your discernment to decide how much grace you're giving someone. Like Kitty said, if they are absolutely negative and draining you all the time, that word energy vampires, if they're doing it all the time, no, we're done with grace. We're done with grace. Because at what point are you going to advocate for yourself and say, I'm not taking this anymore?
Yeah.
You have that right. I literally wrote that while you were saying that you have that right to do that. But we're talking about super healthy boundaries. When we're having falling outs or disagreements with people, knowing how to not all the way lean into the I'm done with him or her. Let me see where this is coming from, especially if we value the relationship. That's what I'm saying. But if it's people that you don't have to see ever again, go.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. You also have a comment from Choco Butterfly. Ooh, cute name.
That's my girl.
Over on she said, what about setting boundaries first, then you have to cut it off? Actually, yes, that is exactly what we're saying. You set a boundary,
Yes.
One should.
Yes, we talked about this as well. Your boundaries. I think we talked about this on Q's Live. We talked about your boundaries are your rules to your life. Your boundaries that you set are the rules. We don't come with warning labels or instructions or anything like that. So your boundaries have to speak for you. Your boundaries are your rules to your life, and nobody should be breaking your rules. So if you set boundaries with someone, we're not talking about grace anymore. They're blatantly telling you they don't respect you. So now you need to go up in here and use your antennas and say, am I going to try this again? Or I don't need to remind you that you broke my boundaries. You know.
You already know.
I gave them to you, but we have to stop. We love to overextend ourselves and keep forgiving and forgiving and forgiving when these people continue to show us that they're going to be disrespectful, that they don't care about your boundaries, meaning they don't care about you. You don't ever have to keep reminding somebody to respect you. That we don't do that.
That is absolutely correct. And then Queen says, I do set boundaries with certain family members because of them draining me. You are absolutely correct. And so do I. There are certain family members, and you don't, it's family. So you want so badly for it to be okay because it is your family. You really do. Or in my case, I really do. I want it to be okay. But there are certain family members, and I'm quite sure certain family members can say this to me in return, that cross that boundary intentionally or not, but it's your family. And so you take it at different levels. I'm going to be present when it's time for the holidays. I'm going to be present when I have to be. But if you've crossed that line already, I don't want to, if it's not necessary, I'm not going to. And that's just bottom line. I'm not going to. And I wish that I weren't, I really do wish that I weren't so black and white, cut and dry, and could extend that grace. But after years of extending grace to certain family members, everybody has a breaking point, and everyone has the right to say, no. No,
Absolutely.
it's a complete sentence. Angel said, sometimes it's necessary to cut them off. And then, yes, it can make you physically, it can make you physically upset when you don't protect your peace. Absolutely.
Yeah, because you build up
Physically
resentment
ill.
in your body. You build up
Yeah.
resentment in your body. That energy has to go somewhere. That's why you have to advocate for yourself and speak up. And I'm over here just kind of writing, Kitty, I love what you're saying. But how many times you got to stick your hand in the fire before you know it's hot? How many times?
That's true.
How many times?
That's true.
You don't have to keep doing that and keep doing that and keep doing that. But we love, listen, we might need to do a segment on grace versus ignorance, because I think we start forgetting that how much grace are you going to, we're not God. You don't have to keep giving all this grace and forgiving when you've been given so many opportunities and examples by these people that continue to trample over your boundaries and trample over your self-worth. This is how we forget what our value, by accepting these things. What you accept, you're sending a message to yourself in the world that this is what I'm going to accept, and I'm willing to accept it. Every time you let somebody overstep, or I like to call them habitual line crossers, every time you let somebody break your boundaries, your rules to your life, you're sending a message to yourself in the world that this is what I'm fine with that, and I don't care about myself. Y'all better get with it.
I agree with that. My message would not be that. My message is, I'm going to extend you as much grace as I possibly can until my grace meter has been depleted, and you're going to get what you get, and you cannot have a fit. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We will be right back. You're listening to Our Plugs, a community connection on WKRA 92.7 The Change. We'll be right back.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC is your one-stop shop for a wide variety of customized items. So bling out your Crocs, customize that cutting board, get you custom dominoes. Stop by and we will customize your order today. We can be found on Etsy and Our Plugs LLC. I'll be waiting to customize your order. All you need to do is place it.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can, so we together can uplift those families that's struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciated. God bless.
Opa May Simplistic Beauty is hair care and skincare in a bottle. Take a quick survey and let us design your own formula. Go to ourplugs.com, look for Opa May Simplistic Beauty, and we can get your formula out to you as soon as possible. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Tori G, owner and founder of Say Something Tees, a statement t-shirt company. I got into this business by mistake, but the mission was no accident. As a Black female-owned brand, we do more than just sell shirts. We make statements. Our designs spark conversation, sometimes shady, sometimes in your face, but always bold. From the 92% collection, honoring Black women who always show up, to Dear Black Woman, a love letter to our strength and resilience. Our tees empower, uplift, and keep it real. Because at Say Something Tees, we believe your shirt should speak before you do. Shop Black owned, shop with a purpose. Find us at www.saysomething.biz and let's say something together.
Hi everyone, my name is Ashley Middleton, life and executive leadership coach and owner of Radiate Coaching and Development, where we provide transformational strength-based coaching and mentorship. My goal specifically is to support you in identifying your mission, your vision, and your values that help you take your power back as you are building your career. Whether it's within or outside of the corporate world, my goal is to really empower you in making decisions that work well for you. So if you want to reach out to me, by all means, you can email me at radiate@midspiration.com or check out my website at radiatecoaching.com.
Check out my website at radiatecoaching.com. Coach Nikki, go. You got to drop.
When I tell you I'm completely muted,
You can't be on at all. Evidently, you
happening.
can't be on at all because you see what it's doing on StreamYard?
Yeah.
50:41. I have to tell her to cut right now.
That is wild.
Okay, let's go ahead and finish our conversation.
Yes. Powerful Black woman said, OMG. You love that, Laura. Yes. Kitty says that all the time. No is a complete sentence. It is. No means no. We grew up hearing that, right? But I'm going to go ahead, Kitty, if it's okay to move into the next talking point. We really expounded on that one. I like that a lot. So we did mention discernment, and my next talking point is discernment over distance. I want to read Priscilla's comment. She said, compartmentalization is normally my default. They go into a category, but will still engage. For me, that's fake. I won't be doing that. If I have to do that for you, you don't really have a place. For me, I don't need to do that at all. Why keep a bag of people? Because it moves from being authentic. It's not genuine anymore. You've already shown me who you are. I don't need to categorize you. It's not wrong for me to completely cut you all the way out. Might as well. But I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. But the second one is discernment over distance. Learn to recognize who drains you and who replenishes you. Limit your exposure to draining energy instead of eliminating everyone. So that's to what Priscilla said. Use your discernment. Choose. For me, I'm definitely going to map out what are you adding to my life versus what you've taken. And the category is. So you are in a category, but you're not in my life anymore either. I'm not going to engage with you because that's going to break. That is still resentment. You still have resentment because you will never forget how that person drained you, how you feel when you're around that person. What's the purpose of still engaging with someone who has once drained you or who has once crossed your boundaries? It's no point. That's my opinion. That's how I feel. I think it's healthy to not have people around you that I bring up this topic all the time when I'm like, how you have to you will change your physiology by if somebody that you don't like calls you and you're like, oh, what she want? Your whole body changes, and then the conversation goes left. Why have people like that in your life? Why?
Absolutely.
It makes no sense to me. But if that's how other people, if you feel safer, not completely cutting someone off because maybe you're not, I don't know, it's strong enough to say, you know what, you're really not bringing any value to my life. You're not adding anything here. You got to go. Like I have conversations like that. It's a no for me, but at the same time, use your discernment, do evaluations on these people. This person adds, this person takes away, and then do with that what you will. But don't continue to engage with people who drain your energy. Don't continue to engage with people who have already shown you who they are. I think we talked about this before. Believe people. When they show you who they are, believe them. You waiting to see something different, that's setting yourself up for failure. That's what I believe.
I agree. I mean, I'm not about to fake the funk. I'm not about to pretend. If I don't want to deal with you, I won't. There are people that I've ran into in my life, and that's the thing about life. As we grow and get older, we're going to run into people. We're going to have people in our lives. They're either going to be there for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and it's up to you to determine how that person falls in that category. I'm not really looking for people to add value, and a lot of people are. The reason why I'm not looking for people to add value into my life is because I don't need your value. Does that make sense? I don't need you for me to be complete as far as value is concerned. I think that we all have a role to play in each other's lives. But even if you're just here to be a friend, that's value enough. I don't need when I hear value, sometimes I hear some sort of qualifier, like it's either monetary or they give me access to something. And I don't like to, me personally, I don't like to see people like that. I like to see people for who they are. Now I say that to say this: we're all different. We all have a role to play. We all have this life that we have to live within each other's sphere. But if you are hurtful to me, or I'm I'm not I'm not comfortable with you any longer because you've made me feel like I don't want to deal with you, then I won't.
For
Does
sure.
that make sense?
It does. It does. And I also wanted to add, just because I don't need your value doesn't mean you're not valuable. You're just not valuable to me. That's okay. We struggle with that in life. Like, we struggle with that. I'm gonna read these comments real quick. So Laura said, we women have done ourselves much harm by thinking that somehow we can make someone change who they are. We do. We like to project and put ourselves on people all the time. We like to suggest versus asking questions. Powerful Black woman said, if you are enough, you don't need anyone to tell you. That's very true. But there's a lot of people that are trying to prove to themselves and you that they're enough every single day. We don't have to do, she said, my husband. Priscilla said, there is no pretending. For example, I have people that are closer than others. Without getting into details, I don't put everyone in the same box. That's good, Priscilla. That works for you. That's great. That's why I preface that this is how I feel. This is what I think. But that's great. You have to, know your boundaries and what you provide. That's your capacity, your bandwidth. I love that. Nikki said, I think sometimes we give people a lot of chances because of what they have been through, and we want to show them love and grace. I love that as well. However, we got to think about how much we're showing, how much people, a taker is going to take, a user is going to use. How many times you have to stick your hand in the fire? What about you? You know what I mean? We love to give all this grace. We give grace where grace isn't given. And there's this thing called balance. There's this thing called reciprocity. We forget about that because of what someone else is going through. What about you? Because now you're going through a whole bunch of stuff because you've taken on everything this person is giving you because of grace. We gotta use our discernment and find the difference and find some balance in there, because it's not always about giving grace outwardly. Are you getting the same grace that you're giving? Are you because you are valuable too? Where's Reggie at?
I know, right?
You are valuable too, but it's a lot of times it's very one-sided. We think that it's okay to give passes after passes after passes because somebody's going through something. After a while, your behind gonna start going through something too.
Okay, you giving all those passes, it's gonna pass right on to you.
Yeah. Priscilla said, it goes along with where you started with not throwing people away, but understanding your connection helps to establish your boundaries. True. Sometimes the connection don't even be all that. Sometimes the other person thinks the connection is that strong. That doesn't work for everybody. Again, y'all, use your discernment. Use your own discernment for your own situation. Thank you, Laura. She said, respect. Nikki said, I agree. If you know your truth, you be you. That's it. I don't have to explain who I am, and I'm also okay with you not liking who I am. I have to live with me. I have to go to bed with my thoughts. I'm good on you. And that's you not respecting my boundaries and who I am as an individual. Don't put yourself on me.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely.
Do we have comments on TikTok? I got YouTube over here.
No, just folks are tapping.
Okay.
And
all right, so if there aren't any more self-respect first, that's right, Laura. Thank you. Morningstar said, period. Absolutely. Number 3 is communicate clearly. Let people know your limits respectfully. A simple, I'm not available right now, but let's connect later goes a long way.
It does. Kind of like, people keep calling my phone. and they know that I'm working right now. So why are y'all calling me? Y'all don't want anything. And it's just my family. I love y'all, but y'all can wait.
But can I tap in on that real quick though?
Yeah.
And we're just gonna, no shade to your family or anybody. How long you been doing this show? You know what I mean? Like, how people know what time you're online. Those are boundaries right there. From this time, I'm not available. You know, nothing that you have going on is more important than my show and what I have going on. But we love to do that. We love to push ourselves on people. Oh, is it an emergency? You know what I mean? But no shade. But that's just an example of boundaries, setting healthy boundaries. Hey, so for me, somebody blowing me up right now, you know that I'm on our plugs. This is what we do. I'm going to have a conversation with you respectfully later and said, hey, I need you to respect my boundaries and not hit my phone during these hours, because that's absolutely distracting for me. I'm trying to focus here. And also, while I'm on the show, if you're calling me and I've set that boundary with you, now I'm going to think that it's an emergency.
It's an emergency.
So what is it going on?
Need?
Boundaries, people, communication.
And
you can be the worst at this.
They can, and you want to be able to explain and, you know, set those boundaries and say, look, I'm not trying to be rude, but during this time period, I can't be distracted, because me having to stop to answer takes me off of TikTok. Mm-hmm. And so the people can't even hear what we're saying on, you know, for the radio and on YouTube. So don't call during this time. And if I can put them on do not disturb, but they're in my favorites, and how the favorites set up, they bypass it. Don't make me take you out of the favorites now, because I will. Because you're not following rules, and it's real simple. If it's an emergency, my husband is in the next room. Call him. He's watching TV. My goodness.
And there's nothing wrong with that, y'all.
I love y'all and all that, but
yeah,
y'all.
There's nothing wrong with that. That's totally okay. You know, that moves into me feeling like, okay, you don't consider my time. That is how that makes me feel. But I'm going to go ahead and keep going. Number 4, protect your peace rituals. Daily practices like meditation, journaling, prayer, and movement keep your energy strong, regardless of outside influences, you guys. Protect your peace at all costs. I say that I like to be so peaceful that if I got to get out the car in the middle of 95 and meditate, I'm going to do it. Like, I'm trying to develop that level of peace and nirvana, where these outside noises, is what Q called it earlier. We're going to know, you know, sometimes you got to shut out. Everybody's problem ain't your problem. You should never get in an argument with somebody when you're setting boundaries. That's a big red flag. That's a huge red flag. If somebody's arguing with you about your life rules, that right there, what bag do they go in? What bag do they, you know?
They go in the blocked and unbothered bag.
Absolutely. You know? So I just have 2 more, y'all, and we are moving right along. How good are we doing on time?
We're pretty good. We're going to start 7:55 since
okay. Perfect. So detach with love, number 5. And y'all, when I say this, let me just read the whole thing real quick. Detach with love. You can love people. I say love them from a distance. You can love people and still not give them constant access to your time or emotions. Detachment doesn't mean disconnection. That's for y'all. When I say I detach with love, the love is in my heart. I don't care that you need to feel it or not. It's when we say forgiveness, it's not for the other person. It's for yourself, so that you can have peace. Detach with love, meaning I have no ill will towards you, no beef. I'm not going to pray on your downfall, anything like that, but you just can't sit next to me.
Yeah, you cannot ride. You can't ride. The truck is full. We you know, because detaching is very important. Detaching is important to your sanity, you know, and I still love you, but I'm definitely detaching. And sometimes that's the best way to deal with certain people, you know, not that they're bad people, but why should I have to feel any kind of way other than peace? I don't understand.
What did we talk about on one of our episodes? Like, who's the peace for if I can't have any either?
If I can't have peace,
who's the peace for? I want to keep the peace. Who's the peace for if you can't have none? It doesn't work like that. Again, reciprocity, balance. This is not a one-sided thing. You matter too. And that's the root of all my messages. You matter too. We give grace. We're overextending. We're allowing people to trample all over our life rules, our boundaries, because of the sake of what? That's how you build up resentment and can't stand people later on, because you're not speaking up and advocating for yourself, and you're letting these habitual line steppers continue to cross your life rules. It's not okay.
It's not okay. And people know what they do. Let's be clear. People know what they do, and they know when they're doing it. They're doing it, in my opinion, to see how much they can get away with.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if this person is actually going to get upset with what I'm doing, or get upset with how I'm acting, or if they're even going to say anything, or if they're just going to let me continue to do this. And because it's me, they should be okay with it because it's me. But if they say anything about it, then, they're the ones with the problem. No.
Counselor Nikki said audacity is at an all-time high these days, baby. I mean, it is, but you let somebody slide one time, they're gonna skate all over you.
Baby, ice skates.
They will ice skate. Like, okay, please turn into Nancy Kerrigan. Like, no. The last one I love.
Hold on. Queen over on TikTok. She said, I let someone go and don't wish nothing bad. Just my journey with them is done. Girl, that is it. That is it. And you don't even have to be any other way than you. After you realize that, okay, I can't keep doing this. This journey is over with.
And I'll holler at you.
Peace. Be still. Go ahead, Miss. Thank you, Queen. Go ahead.
Thank you, Queen. I love that. So the last and final talking point, you guys, use your energy budget. Just like money, your energy is limited. First of all, y'all, our time here is limited. Why are we giving so many chances to people? Like, what is going on? Like, and it's the wrong people. Like, why are we giving so many chances? Give yourself the chances that you keep giving all these people. So use your energy budget. Just like money, your energy is limited. Invest it wisely in people, activities, environments that align with your values. I'm not keeping anybody around if you don't make sense to my life. I'm just not. I don't know how. What did Sophia say on Fox 5 News? We here for a good time, not a long time, baby.
Not a long time. So you better enjoy what you can.
I'm trying to enjoy my good time, and I would love for you to enjoy my good time with me. I want to enjoy your good times with you. But once we're done with that, no, we're not in relationships with the romantic relationships where you have to keep taking stuff from these people. No.
And even if you're in a romantic relationship, hold on now. You don't have to keep taking. Your partner should understand, after years and years of you telling that person the same thing over and over, I shouldn't have to say it again. I shouldn't even have to think about it any longer. If I've said it 2-3 times, that's 2-3 times too many. That first time, because I want to, if you tell me something, I'm going to listen, internalize it, and make sure I don't do that again, because for whatever reason it bothers you. Now, if I have to keep telling you over and over and over, then I feel completely disrespected and disregarded, whether it's friend, family, or relationships. No. And that, to me, your spouse is the most important relationship, because that's who you have to live your glory days with. You grow old together, and I don't want to be those old people on the porch cussing each other out. You seen that video before where the mother and the grandmama and the grandpappy sitting on the porch cursing each other out? That can't be me and my husband. No. I can't we can't be married for 50 years and I'm telling you to pick up your socks and put them in the hamper for 50 years. But I will. Let me take a breath, y'all.
Laura is cracking up.
Let me just take a breath. I love my husband dearly, and I thank the Lord that I don't, we listen to each other. Now, have we had to, difficulties along the way? Absolutely. We've been together for 31 years. I know I have gotten on this man's last nerves. I know there has been times where he doesn't even have any more nerves. I'm quite sure. I know it for a fact. I could even point it out when it happened. However, when you grow up and you grow together, the last person you need to continue to do this with is your spouse. And I'm going to get off my soapbox on that one.
No, you're right. And before we go to break, I'm going to save y'all know I got a nice affirmation for y'all, but we'll do that after our commercial break. But
we already had our commercial break. We're about to end.
I thought you were going to do it. Okay. No, we're done. All right.
About 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes, honey.
Cool. But I wrote down on the side, like sometimes there are people in our lives that believe that their value is more than what it actually is. There are sometimes people think they add more value to your life than they actually do. Okay. I call those people narcissists, like, the very suggestive people that think they know better for your life than you. So that does exist. Those are people you need to pay attention to too. There's not value, that's adding stress to your life. So use your discernment. Again, discernment is always going to be an answer to anytime you're taking something. Here's the thing. People don't forget how to treat you. If you can remember the rules to your job, if you can remember what you're doing at work, if you can follow those rules every day, if you can follow the laws, you can follow my life rules as well. You didn't forget what I told you. And that's when I say you have to value yourself, because that's when you go into the world of inconsideration. Now you don't consider me. And now I need to start considering me and get rid of you.
Well, I'm going to have to agree with you 1,000% on that. You teach people how to treat you. And if you are allowing yourself to be walked on and walked over and disregarded, then sorry for you. You better learn. Look, you better get you some boundaries, baby. Sorry
to that man.
Sorry. Get you some boundaries and stand on that. And I love that. That last one, that you hit it out the park, Miss Nikki. I'm gonna have to throw my fan, where my fan at too, baby. I'm gonna have to fan myself because, baby,
since we're gonna close soon, y'all know I got a nice affirmation. I want everybody. Kitty, tell you bow your eyes and close your head.
Bow your eyes and close your head.
I want y'all to definitely put your hand. Laura got her fans in the chat. Okay, put your hand on your heart, and this is the affirmation pertaining to protecting your energy, you guys. And I want to close with this. I honor my energy by setting loving boundaries. I can protect my peace without closing my heart.
Amen.
Okay. I want to expound on that just real quick. Not necessarily closing your heart to the people that you cut off, but to the future people that you're going to encounter. Because we know when we get used and when people overstep their boundaries, sometimes it messes with our trust. I want you to still have an open heart to newer people. Ashe, my sister, powerful Black woman in the chat. Ashe.
Ete Bosha.
Okay. So one more time, y'all. I honor my energy by setting loving boundaries. I can protect my peace without closing my heart.
Ete Bosha. Shout out to Darian. That is his, but I shall use that tonight. You guys have a wonderful week. I hope you guys join us back tomorrow. We have veterans. We have our leaders. Another great show is coming. Enjoy your day. Set your boundaries. Stand on business. And don't let anybody take your joy. Be blessed. See you guys tomorrow.
Hey, y'all. It's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.